Welcome back to the City Guru. Today, we're diving into 6 laws in Japan that are completely legal, but would get you into serious trouble in other parts of the world. Some of these might shock you, and others will leave you scratching your head. Stick around and let us know in the comments. Which ones surprise you the most? Let's jump right in. Japan's approach to smoking might surprise you. While the legal age to purchase and smoke tobacco is 20, cigarettes are still sold in vending machines across the country. You'll need a TASPO photo ID card to buy from these machines, but the mere convenience of vending machine sales is a rarity in most parts of the world. Although smoking indoors has been largely restricted, Japan still allows smoking in certain places that were established before 2020. Hotel rooms, cigar bars, and even some small restaurants and bars remain exceptions. Smoking areas are clearly designated in public spaces, but the country's approach is more lenient than in many Western nations. These practices reflect a cultural shift towards stricter smoking laws, but Japan has a long way to go compared to countries with outright bans. Japan's relationship with marine wildlife often sparks international debate. The country permits the hunting and consumption of animals like whales, dolphins, seals, and sea lions. These practices are deeply rooted in tradition, with certain communities seeing them as part of their cultural heritage. For instance, Japan resumed commercial whaling in 2019, with quotas set for species like minke and Bryde's whales. Dolphin hunting, particularly in Taiji, remains a widely debated annual practice. While these foods aren't commonly consumed by the average person in Japan, they are still legally available in shops and certain restaurants. The sale and consumption of shark fin soup is also legal, and more widely accepted, often served as a delicacy in Chinese restaurants across the country. These practices highlight the tension between cultural preservation and modern conservation ethics. In Japan, defamation laws are so strict that you can be sued even if what you say is true. Unlike in many countries where truth is a valid defense against defamation claims, Japan's laws focus on protecting an individual's or company's honor and public image. If a statement publicly damages someone's reputation, even if it is factually accurate, it can lead to legal consequences. For instance, a court case awarded financial damages to someone who was publicly accused of an affair because it hurt their honor. Another case involved an anonymous report about a crime, but the subject successfully argued that they could be identified and won substantial compensation. These laws emphasize Japan's cultural value of maintaining harmony and respect, but they might seem extreme to those from countries with more freedom of speech protections. In Japan, marrying your first cousin is legal and has been for well over a century. This law, enacted during the Meiji era in 1898, was historically significant because it allowed families to keep wealth and property within their lineage. While this practice has become less common in modern times, it remains entirely lawful. Interestingly, some prominent figures in Japanese history have married their cousins, including several past prime ministers. Today, only about 1% of marriages in Japan are between cousins, but the legality of it stands in stark contrast to many countries where such unions are outright banned due to cultural or genetic concerns. For over a century, Japan's national age of consent was set at 13, making it one of the lowest in the world. This law dates back to 1907 and remained unchanged for decades, sparking significant criticism both domestically and internationally. However, in 2023, Japan raised the age of consent to 16, aligning more closely with global norms. The change was part of a broader reform of sexual assault laws aimed at strengthening protections for minors. While regional laws have historically imposed stricter age limits in various parts of Japan, the national age of consent remained a controversial topic until the recent amendment. In Japan, organized crime groups known as Yakuza operate openly, with registered offices and even business cards. While involvement in criminal activities is illegal, mere membership in these groups is not prohibited by law. This contrasts sharply with many countries where association with organized crime is itself a criminal offense. The Yakuza have a long history in Japan, with roots tracing back to the Edo period. They are involved in various activities, both legal and illegal, including construction, entertainment, and finance. Despite their criminal undertakings, they are sometimes seen as a necessary evil, maintaining order in the underworld and providing aid during disasters. However, the Japanese government has been tightening regulations in recent years. Laws have been enacted to curb their activities, such as the Anti-Boryokuden Act, which aims to reduce their influence in legitimate businesses. Financial institutions are also required to ensure that they are not conducting business with Yakuza members. This unique legal stance allows the Yakuza to exist in a semi-legal state, a situation that is controversial and often misunderstood by outsiders. While their presence is declining due to increased legal pressures and changing societal attitudes, they remain a distinctive aspect of Japanese society. These unique laws highlight just how different legal systems can be across the world. What do you think about these practices? Should some of them be reformed, or do they reflect cultural traditions that should be respected? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating travel content. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us bring you more great videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.